Coming up in this series, join me as I spend 5 days driving the North Coast 500 in Scotland. The North Coast 500 is a 516-mile scenic route that takes you around the north coast of Scotland, starting and ending at Inverness Castle, with my route adding in some extra locations. In this series, I'll show you my highlights of the NC500, taking in all the exceptional driving and epic locations. I'm on the NC500, baby! Woohoo! Let's go! I'm Jamie. I've never been a 9 to 5 guy, and seeking out new experiences has always called to me. Whether it's micro or something a bit bigger, join me on my next adventure. This is my NC500, Day 1. Well, good morning everybody. And this video, in fact, it's going to be a series of videos. I am doing the NC500, the North Coast 500, which, if you don't know what the North Coast 500 is, it's basically a lap of the northern most part of Scotland. And I wanted to do this for absolute ages. In our first van, I couldn't do it for some reason. Second van, I wanted to do it, but I got rid of that relatively quickly. And now I've got Benny, I had to do it. Some work freed up and I've jumped at the chance. Just for reference, it is the 11th of February 2025, I think it is, yeah. Yeah, so it's sort of cold. Would you say winter? Yeah, I suppose it is winter. The weather is looking not too bad. I had a crazy drive up from as far south as you can get of Hampshire all the way to Inverness. Took 11 hours yesterday, so I'm pretty tired already actually for the start of this trip, and I didn't sleep very well last night. But I parked just outside Inverness in like a truck stop, and then went into Inverness just a minute ago, filled the tank up, and I'm ready to go. I'm on the NC500 now. I'm literally just probably a few miles outside Inverness. Oh, let's come out here. So my plan for the NC500 is nothing particular, apart from doing the lap, of course, of Scotland. But it's one of those things that I want to see as much as possible so that I try not to miss anything. I've been watching YouTube videos, for the last few weeks, but I've been watching them for years, about people doing the NC500, and I've made a few notes on Google Maps. I want to try and see as much as possible to show you guys as well. Look at the state of Benny already. He's absolutely caked. It was really sleety yesterday. Anyway, I think I'm rambling a little bit because I'm a little bit tired and very excited. But what we're going to do, I've got a coffee, like I said, a full tank of fuel, and we're going to start the NC500. Oh, I forgot to say as well, I've got Starlink. So that's another reason why I'm doing it. This is sort of a bit of a test. You know, I'm going to be away from home 7, 8, 9 days maybe, to possibly do a little bit of work. So I'm going to purposely find an area that doesn't have reception at all, and I'm going to try Starlink out. Anyway, let's go into our first destination. Oh, I forgot to say as well, as I was doing a bit of B-roll, you can tell I'm tired, that I'm doing the NC500 anti-clockwise. So basically out of Inverness and north. Let's close that. And yeah, so it's a bit like eating your vegetables first and, you know, getting to the good stuff later. So basically what that means is the views aren't amazing to start with, I would say. Would you agree with me? But then it gets better and better and better and better and better the further west you go. So that's the plan. Anyway, let's get going. While being super excited, I got going and headed for my first destination. Rogie Falls has a series of lovely walks on the Blackwater, which you can follow to see the waterfall that is famous for salmon viewing, although I didn't see any. This beautiful spot is situated off the main road to Ullapool, just over a mile northwest of the village of Contin. It offers several good forest walks. There are plenty of waymarked walks and seating at a viewpoint overlooking the falls. Well, even though the road to get here isn't beautiful, just an A roads at the moment, but this has been a great first destination of the NC500. That waterfall is beautiful. After having a nice morning walk and seeing the falls, it was time to head back to the van and go to the next destination. After leaving Rogie Falls, I headed east to the next destination, which was Glen Falls. A lovely little drive this. It was a lovely little car park, not very big, but it was quiet when I got there because it was relatively early. Then I got walking, excited to see what's next. So where I am now, I just parked in the car park and I'm going to somewhere called Glen Falls. And it's not technically on the NC500, it's about 20 minutes off. I mean, I've hardly even started the NC500, but I got this tip from another YouTuber called Robbie Roams, and he came here and he said it's sort of a hidden gem that people miss. So I put it in Google Maps and I'm here. So it should be interesting to see. It's nice to stretch the legs a little bit. Yeah, let's go see the second waterfall of the morning. It's only just midday and this is the second waterfall of the morning. Wow. I'm really glad I came here. So I chilled there at the waterfall for a little bit, but got a crack on. It was a nice walk though. It was probably about a 15-minute walk to the waterfall from the car park. Obviously 15 minutes back now. So it's nice to stretch the legs after long driving yesterday. But I haven't even had lunch yet, so I need to think about lunch. But I'm going to get in the van and then get back onto the NC500 and see if I can stop for a bit of lunch somewhere, maybe get a coffee. Right, crack on. That round trip to the waterfall was great and highly recommended on the first day. Then I got back into the van and got driving again. I headed north up the A9, through some forests, through some open areas, and even over some bridges, which led me to this nice little village, Helmsdale. So I've been driving north now for an hour and a half, maybe even more, and I've come to this little town, little hamlet place called Helmsdale, I think it's called. Little harbour town. Very dead, but still haven't eaten and still haven't had a coffee yet, so I'm dying for something. So I'm just going to get out and have a little look around and see if I can find something. Fingers crossed. So I've just had my sandwich and it was lovely, but I'm just thinking I might get a campsite tonight. I'm pretty tired and I want to sit up Starlink for the first time and get a good night's sleep in a quiet area. I don't want to stress. But I wanted to show you this app, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to record the screen. So right, let's look at the North Coast 500 app, and you can see I've downloaded the map here, so I can use it anywhere, and there's a filter right here, and all I've done is turned on camping and caravans, and then you can see where I am just there, and then I think the next campsite is there, and I've already checked and it looks like it's open all year round. So if I just go to the website, it says open all year round, which is good. So I'm going to give them a call to see if I can go there this evening, which will be nice. Right, let me do that. Oh, hello there. Is that Inver camping? Brilliant. Have you got space for a camper van tonight? Oh, lovely. I'm just down the road in a lovely little fishing village, and I'm on the NC500. So I will be with you within the hour, if that's okay. Okay, lovely thing. I found you on the North Coast 500 app, so that's why I'm calling. So, cheers, buddy. Sit a bit. Bye, bye. Well, successful. I'm really glad I found this campsite, as I was really tired, and the NC500 app was great. Well, that's good. I've got my place for the night, which means I can sleep in peace and get my sleep back up together, ready for a good few more days to come. But what I'm going to do now is just going to sort things out a little bit, and then I'm going to set up Starlink for the first time. I'm really excited. I've just done a Starlink setup video. So if you're watching this and you're interested in Starlink, watch the video before this first day on the NC500 and you'll see what it's all about. It's outside, it's working great. There's a few issues regarding stability because I think the trees and the Caravan, I think it's a bit low. So I think I'm going to have to sort of work it out regarding clear sky and things, because I think it's really sensitive. It's got to be a completely clear sky, not clouds or anything. It's more like overhanging trees and caravans and stuff. So but I'll be interested to see that over time. But I'm online. I spoke to the wife and all good, but I'm here now in the camper van and I'm so happy. I'm knackered. I haven't done anything really yet apart from set up a Starlink. I need to put the kettle on. I need to put the heating on a little bit. It's still light outside, but I'm glad I decided to come to the campsite tonight. You know, I'm all set up for wild camping and things, but yeah, I was just so tired that I thought, let's just come to a campsite. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to sort myself out, then I'll speak to you a bit later. Oh, so just having a decaf cuppa. Hopefully I'll sleep a bit better tonight. Good first day on the NC500. I've done a lot of filming. Yeah, a bit of walking, which is good. A bit of driving as well. But I had such a terrible night's sleep last night, so I had like 2 hours, so I think I'm going to call it a night. It's still early, it's only about 6 o'clock, but yeah, I think I need to have an early night tonight and refresh. But I've got a feeling, I sort of know this, but I've got a feeling that it's only going to get better, only going to get better. You know, the A9 is a little bit boring, but it's starting to get nicer, The weather is a bit blowy today, it's drier than yesterday, but the weather looks good tomorrow, fingers crossed. So I'm going to love you and leave you, and I shall see you tomorrow for day 2 of the NC500. Coming up in the next video on the NC500. You definitely would have missed this if you didn't put it in Google Maps. There was hardly any signs. You seem so insignificant in places like this. Shortest street in the world. Done. Not going to go any further down there. Don't want to be too close to the edge. There's no one around, and no one would hear my call. So here we go. The famous sign, Dunnet Head, the most northerly point of mainland Britain. So I think I've found my park up for the night.